What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and we are officially on step 4. Step 4 of starting your business in 5 steps, and today is all about branding. The fun stuff. I love the creative stuff. Like this is my favorite part other than social media. Like this is my favorite part of the business plan, because this is the fun stuff that y'all been waiting on, is the branding. So branding doesn't have to be hard. People feel like you have to be like this branding guru in order to like start your business, and you need to hire these people and do all the things and blah 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 blah. And no, not necessarily true. You can do some things absolutely yourself. Most of these things you can do yourself, because that's what the series is about, is starting your business in 5 steps, like yourself. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Let me first say, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of my videos. I do all things business, social media, and I have a lot of fun. I like doing Halloween stuff and holiday stuff and like regular day in my life stuff. Branding. So branding is basically what your company aesthetics are. Like, what do you look like? What is your company personality, your colors, and all the cool things, your logo, blah 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 blah. Branding. Like, for instance, I have on this Coach hoodie, branded hoodie. Like, branding is, this is what branding is. Like, when you see this, like, y'all can't even see the whole thing, but I'm quite sure when you saw this horse and buggy, you immediately knew it was Coach, because that is their logo, that is their branding. Simple steps to branding. I'm just gonna break down like what you need to like figure out when it comes to branding. So first things first is decide what your company personality is. So personality, not like my company got a bad attitude, like not like that, but like, is your company bubbly and free? Is your company kind of like sassy and cuss a little bit? Or is your company like really feminine? Or is your company like hyper masculine? Is your company like really techie? Or are they really quirky? Or, you know, kind of figuring out like who you're selling to and creating your brand personality based on kind of like who you're selling to. Next would be like brand aesthetics. Brand aesthetics is going to be like your brand colors, your fonts and logos. It's going to be like your packaging and labeling, like all those things come together. Trying to figure out what your brand colors are, you can go to this website called Colors. I think that's how you say it. Is it Colors, just spelled weird? Or colors.com, and basically you can like get a whole like spread of like colors. Like, it can give you an entire color palette, and if you don't like a specific one, you can just switch that one out and have it like regenerate, you know, colors that match with what you currently have. So yeah, that's a good website to go to. There's other websites that do it, but this was probably the best one that I've seen, and it's absolutely free to use. So you can do that to get your colors. As far as your fonts, you can go to googlefonts.com. All those fonts on there are free, and they kind of show you how to pair them together. Fonts on Canva, Canva free version, and of course Canva Pro version has like better fonts, of course, because it's Canva Pro. But yeah, you can go to defont.com. It's like so many places where you can find fonts for your business. You just want to make sure that the fonts complement each other and that they are easily readable. As far as how many fonts, I think 2 is like the minimum, but if you can get 3 or 4, like, you know, you have your main font, you have your subtitle font, and then you have like your little 1 and 2 off fonts that kind of coordinate with the 2 main fonts. So fonts shouldn't be hard to find. As far as designing and purchasing your logo, so what you can do is design your own logo. You can do that on Canva. The thing with Canva is that you would not be able to trademark said logo if you made it on Canva. I would call it a temporary logo. Like, it's a temporary logo. I think you can use the temporary logos for as long as you want, but whenever that day comes that your business is big enough to where you decide, I want to trademark this guy, then you have to like, not necessarily go back to the drawing board, but really get a really good graphic design artist to like recreate what you once had and give it the same aesthetics and feel. So that is one option. Or you can do what I did, and I went to Fiverr.com. Yes, Fiverr.com. And you're thinking, oh my God, the website that does logos and stuff for $5. Yes, they do have people who create logos for $5. My person in particular, I paid $100 for my logo, and it was an amazing experience. He was so awesome. He was in another country, so we were kind of like operating on completely different time zones. So when he was going to bed, I was getting up. When I was getting up, he was going to bed. So, but we communicated, and he got my logo down to a T. Like, I am so happy with my logo, and I own all the rights to the logo. I have the original everything. So make sure when you go on Fiverr, make sure that that person is not, because sometimes there are frauds on any platform, but make sure they're not making you like a Canva logo. Make sure that they are like, make sure they're giving you all your assets in regard to your logo. Make sure that they're giving you everything, and making sure that, you know, they made it from scratch in Adobe Illustrator or wherever they made it, and making sure they give you everything in regards to that logo. So if you decide to take it somewhere else, that person can pick up where you left off. So my guy was really amazing. He did so good that I'll probably just go back to him, and I refer my clients to him as well. Like, if you're looking for a good logo, go there. But one thing I like about Fiverr is that I specifically typed in that I wanted an elegant / luxurious logo. I want a luxury logo, something that looks luxury, something that looks luxe, something that looks, you know, high end. And I typed that in the search bar, and boom, it only popped up things that fit the description that I typed in. So it wasn't like me having to surf through like people making bubble letters, and wasn't that. It was exactly what I was looking for. So Fiverr is a really good alternative and a good cheap option. You just have to do a little digging, read the person's reviews, of course, and make sure that they're checking off all your boxes. But Fiverr is a really good place to get a logo done, as well as other things done. Not just logos, they do everything on Fiverr. But, you know, also don't pass up your local artists. If you have a little extra funds, definitely check out the local artists in your town, city, state, or whatever. Hit them up first, you know, if you have the funds, because sometimes going with an artist can be a little on the pricey side. It just really depends. You can always have that option at the end of the day. If you don't want to do things over the internet, you want to do it in person, make sure you go and visit somebody who is local to you to handle your logo for you. Next thing, in the previous step, you already purchased your website host. So now you're going to, now that you have your colors, your logo, your personality, your fonts, and all those things, now you can go to your website and start building. Like I said in the previous video, hopefully you got, either you know how to like build a website, or you got, if you don't know how, you got something that's like drag and drop, or something that has templates. For the most part, Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, like all the major ones, even WordPress, they have templates, and you can just build your site from there. So it's not a like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Like, it'll take you some time to learn how to do it, but it's super simple. Each website is completely different. I have worked with all of them, and each one is completely different. I want to say that probably the easiest that I've worked with is GoDaddy, but GoDaddy is not as aesthetic as some of the other ones. I think that's the downside of the GoDaddy, and I really want them to like work on that. But other than that, go ahead and start building your website, putting your colors in the way that you see fit, putting your logos up and whatever pictures that you have, like any aesthetics that match you. You can go ahead, now that you have all the information that you need, and start building that website out and making it your dream website. If you are struggling with it, you know what, I might do a series on like building a website on the different platforms or whatever. Just use like a free trial and just kind of like show y'all how to do it for each one. I don't know yet, but if you're needing help, reach out to your local graphic artist or your local website builder and just see. Or my favorite is YouTube University. Go on YouTube, type that shit in, and figure out how to do it yourself. Like, it's always ways around everything. After you've got your website built, or even if you want to take a break, because the website can take a while. It can take a couple days, it could take a couple weeks, depending on your skill level. If you want to take a break from that, you can kind of focus on other things, which should be like your packaging and labels, which is always fun when you like think about how you're going to impress the customer. Like packaging and labeling is always fun for product-based services. But even for service-based businesses, you should have a product as well. So like if you are a service-based business and you know that you have to have contracts, proposals, social media plans, things of that nature, yeah, it should be fancy. It should be nice. Your product should be nice. It should be buttoned up. If I'm shopping with you or I'm paying for a service, when I get my proposal, I want to be like, oh my God, this proposal is so cute. Like, this is so nice. Like, they put in time and work and not just white pieces of paper, send it over. So use Canva, use whatever you want to use, Adobe, whatever it is that you use something to make something nice for your clients, dress it up. So as far as packaging and labeling for product-based businesses, this goes for service-based businesses too. You want to make sure that your templates or whatever that you're using for your clients is very nice, easy to read, easy on the eyes, nice on the eyes, like very impressive type work. So, and then of course, business cards, you can make those on Canva. You can go on mood.com, you can go on Zazzle, you can go on Vistaprint. It's so many places that you can get business cards. Of course, I'm a do-it-yourself type of girl, so I do everything on Canva. Everything. Canva has been getting money from me for quite a few years. I love Canva. So yeah, get your business cards together, or whatever type of flyers, whatever thank you cards that you want to put in with your packaging. Go ahead and get that together as well. So while you're doing all of this, after you get all the basic things together, like personality, branding, font, colors, all those things, now you can determine a launch date. You can determine how you're going to generate buzz, because with any business, in my professional opinion, you want to generate buzz 30 days prior to the launch of your business. If you can do more, that's great, but I think 30 days is more than enough for you to like, hey, this is what I'm finna start selling. And people are like, oh, a lot of mistakes that people make is that they get all the stuff together and then they just launch with no type of like, hey, we're coming soon, hey, we're doing this, hey, we're doing that, nothing like that. They just launch and they're like, oh my God, why am I not getting sales? Because nobody knows who you are. So while you're doing the branding and all that stuff, go ahead and start thinking about your social media plan, which we'll dive into that in the next step, in the next video. But go ahead and start thinking about like what type of content you want to create. What type of customers do you have? Who is your ideal customer? How do you speak to them? What problem are you solving for them when it comes to your branding and marketing? Okay, if you are watching the end of this, my camera died and it cut out, and I also realized when I did get it back, my mic was not on. So for marketing, basically do all those things and make sure that you have an organic plan for your social media, which we'll talk about that next. But make sure you also have a marketing plan. So in the event that you feel like, hey, I want to spend a little bit of money on ads or post boost, or maybe include an influencer or pay people to, you know, try or whatever, you know, go ahead and make a budget for that. That way, you know, when that time comes, like, this is what I'm willing to spend. And this is how I'm going to spend it. All right. So that is it for marketing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. We got one more video left, guys, just one more. And I have a special treat for you guys in the next video. So see you guys next time. Bye.